I'd packed my entire life into a U-Haul and moved to Austin from Los Angeles with big dreams that were going to change my life. Dreams that had given me a newfound sense of mission and purpose. But now I was beginning to question whether I'd made a terrible mistake. What I can say, in hindsight, is that I was suffering from a tremendous amount of anxiety at the time. I had, in fact, been wrestling with anxiety and depression and fear and self-loathing my entire life. I just hadn't known it. I 100% did not think of myself as someone with serious mental health issues. I didn't know what anxiety and depression really were, at least not from a clinical point of view. When I finally did learn the depths of their meaning, it was a revelation. Wait a minute. If this is what anxiety is, then this is what I've been feeling almost every waking moment for most of my life? Up until that summer, I'd always managed to white-knuckle my way through my problems, self-medicating and finding ways to keep myself propped up without ever realizing how emotionally fragile I was. And when it came to the subject of my own mental health, I was functionally illiterate. Coming to terms with the full scope of my ignorance about mental health was upsetting for me. I'm a person who's always prided myself on my ability to tackle complex problems and figure them out. One of my favorite books as a kid was this oversized picture book called The Way Things Work. It had page after page of these fun cross-section illustrations showing you this is how a pulley works and this is how an elevator works. I used to sit and look through it for hours. I think I've always had more of an engineer's brain. That brain has helped me many times in my career, having the ability to analyze how the business of Hollywood operates, taking the system apart to figure out the best way to navigate it. But that same mind was completely flummoxed when it came to understanding how its own inner mechanisms functioned. I didn't understand the cause and effect between the traumas I'd experienced as a child and the behaviors I was wrestling with as an adult. I didn't understand that so much of my insecurity came from outsourcing my sense of self-worth to forces beyond my control. I didn't understand that the reason my marriage had ended wasn't because I'd failed, but because I was broken. Day 2. Mental well-being. Taking care of your mind should be no more embarrassing than taking care of your teeth. We all need to be proactive, to brush and floss our minds, to root out the lies we tell ourselves and the bad programming that drives so much of our behavior. We don't. We do the opposite. We pretend and project out to the world that I'm great, and we're great, and everything's fine. But it's not always fine. And because we refuse to admit that, we do nothing. And all of a sudden, what started out as a little cavity is now in need of a root canal. Society places a terrible stigma on mental illness. We judge people for it in ways that we never would for the other kinds of health issues. If you tell someone you're physically ill, they say, "Oh, gosh, I'm so sorry. What's the matter? Talk to me." There's no stigma attached to it. From cancer to the common cold, people want to make sure you're okay. But when you swap out physical illness with mental illness, then people seem to start pondering, well, how unstable is this person? Is it time for a straitjacket and a rubber room? Which makes us ashamed to talk about it. We shouldn't be, but we are. And I was, like so many other people. Trauma bends our minds into incorrect thinking patterns, so much so that we can barely see or think our way around them. It took me a long time to recognize how much help and healing I needed. Day 3. Get help. If you're feeling overwhelmed, run down, fearful, stressed out, anxious, depressed, alone, or anything that may be robbing you of your peace or your joy, talk to someone. Do not believe the lie that you are going through this alone, because you aren't. You could be sitting next to someone right this second who struggles with the same issues that you do. Maybe that person can help you. We are all in this together. From the minute we come into this world, even though we're not aware of it, we're trying to feel that we belong, that we matter. We look to our parents and our friends and our family and our school and our society, and we ask them, who am I? Do I have worth in this world? Do I have purpose in this life? The answer, without question, is yes, you do.